Well, let the Star Wars memes commence. We're playing against the Taipei Skywalkers again. We destroyed them last time out. Let's see if we can beat them big again here. The funny thing is that we've changed our striker, even though we won last time and we're on a winning streak. This is probably the only team I've ever managed that's been on a winning streak and that's been dominating everybody else in the league that can't settle on a striker. So that's the way that things are here for us so far. You think that a team is doing well and that they've got everything figured out and there are no problems, and it's just not true. We have a lot of problems here. We can't find a good striker, and so let's see what we can do. We need to get the ball off of them first. That's not going to get the ball off of the player. We are in dark blue, they're in light blue. Once again, if you happen to, if you're like Lelujo, you are colorblind, you might have a hard time with this recording, so my condolences and apologies in advance. And Lee Chaba does the old sweeper keeper thing, goes over and gets that. I can tell you why he doesn't like to do that. You actually have to get off your butt and run. Chen Haowei with the shot. Chen Haowei with his second start here for us up front. He's also retiring at the end of the season. We're putting him up there because we just don't have anybody else. It really is a crisis in the striker position. It was, what's his name? Xinwei or Iwei or whatever his name is, who is the youngster who started twice for us, as you'll recall, and his second match was just poor. And I mean, I don't know who to start up there. I just don't. We keep running into situations like this where everybody else is playing well and the striker doesn't know what to do with it. And Daya with it passes over to Yang Yiming, and Yang Yiming shouldn't be playing in that position, to be honest. Chen Chengju with it now over to Silla, down to Ndaye, over to Yang Yiming. This looks better. And he needs to pass. He misses the opportunity to do anything. Then he just takes a shot from a bizarre angle and scores the goal. So I'm not going to criticize him too much for that one. Interesting that we didn't see the celebration afterwards. I don't know. Something's going on. The game's probably about to glitch and fall apart, and so when my computer catches fire, I will let you know. 1-0 from Mars FC. Yang Yiming with the little bit of confusion. He confused everybody, including me. Cai Yuting now with the ball. He has a yellow card again. He's going to get a suspension here pretty soon, probably the end of this match. Over to Ling Guangde. I forgot he was on our team. Silla now with it. Over to Menegong, and you can see that's Ling Guangde who's running up ahead of everybody else. He doesn't realize he's supposed to be behind everybody else, and Dai now with the header, and that's in. Boy, that's a miracle of a header. I thought that was going to be over the top. Number 10 from Ndaye, and that was more of a legitimate goal. If this were not football, if this were women's gymnastics, that first goal would probably get a rating of like 6 out of 10, and I think the second one would be a little bit more like a 9.5. So, ladies gymnastics it is, and we hope that all of our friends who watched the women's gymnastics final the other day are tuning in here for this today. We knocked that header out, and let's see if we can keep that out of the goal as Lee Chaba, who makes the good save. He does like being back on his lines a little bit better. You can see that there, but I prefer to have him move around a little bit, be an extra defender. Silla now with it over to Menegong on the right side. Menegong brings it up, and we're theoretically going to build it up slowly, but we'll just do that as well from time to time. It's the real Silla who scores number 3. And now we're starting to run away with this match. This is what we should have done in yesterday's match, but didn't quite work out that way. Yang Yiming here with this cross to Silla, who, I mean, Taipei Skywalker's defenders have no chance, right? They don't know who to guard. They don't know what to do. And we could probably do this without a striker. Chen Haowei has barely touched the ball. Silla now with the free kick. And knocks this one forward, looking for Wang Chunxian. He almost scores. That almost goes in again. I don't know who it was who got his head onto that over in the penalty box. That was like one of those old pinball games. You remember those? Back in the days before we had pinball on a computer, back when you actually had to pay money for it. That's what that one felt like. And it felt like you're ready to hit the machine and start shaking it. And let's see. Lee Chaba runs over and grabs that one as it's popped up in the air. That's a good job of the sweeper keeper. That's what we want the sweeper keeper to do. And he throws over to Wang Chunxian. And we start this one up over to Chen Chengju. Back to Wang Chunxian. Wang over to Chen. Chen back to Ling Guangde. Over to Cai Yuting. Ling Guangde, that's where he should be playing. I was going to say before, in an attacking move, he just ran up ahead of everybody else. Not what we want him to do. See, I'm watching him now, and he's playing a little bit further back, and that's where he needs to be. And you see how that works? See how that works? All of a sudden, the middle of the field opens up to us, and Ndaye can create, and he passes to Silla. And it was a poor shot by Silla, but you can see how that works, right, with the Segundo Volante. When he moves up a little bit and he's still behind everyone, it creates chaos in the defense because they don't know what he's going to do, and it allows us to pass the ball a little bit around the perimeter like that, and we have a lot more sort of improvisation that is available for us. And that's what makes this exciting. That's why I like watching the team play like this. Li Chaba goes over and cleans up that nonsense, passes over to Wang Chunxian again, and off we go again to the races, over to Chen Chengju. He knocks us over looking for Chen Haowei. That's not really what we want to do. I mean, the idea there is that Chen Haowei then heads it back again, but you have to have a striker who can actually head the ball, and he certainly cannot. Wang Chunxian over to Yan Yiming, down to Chen Chengju again, and we'll set it up again. There's Ling Guanda, and he finds Chen Haowei. That's in front of the defense, or behind the defense, rather. Chen Haowei gets his second goal for the team of the season, and doesn't look like a player who's about to retire, but he is, trust me. Apologies, and this is where I need to make sure I have my cough button set up. I haven't done that yet. That's what happens when you change your operating system. Chen Haowei with a good goal. I know I could go over into OBS and actually push the mute button, but that would require actual action on my part. I don't do any of the running or moving. That's for Li Chaba. Chen Chengju with this over to Wang Chunxian. We pass it around the back nicely, and see, this is what we want to do. We want to build it up slowly, and I guess we can try to sort of lump it forward, but that's not what the tactic's designed to do. We want to build it up slowly. There we go. That's a little bit better. Give a ball forward that he can actually do something with instead of trying to knock it up where there are 4 defenders standing around. That's ridiculous. Ling Guanda now with it over to Silla. Silla, oh, what a pass. What a pass. And he's, you got to score that. How did he miss? How did he miss that? That is one of the worst misses I have ever seen in Football Manager. That was ridiculous. Look at where this ball is. Look at where it is. I mean, how did he miss that one? How did he miss it? He had like miles of goal right in front of him, and he still misses it. 4-0 for Mars FC, and I'm upset. 4-0, and I'm feeling upset about that one. So, yeah, we need a real striker. Chen Haowei is going to score a bunch of goals for us as he goes into retirement, and it's sort of the old fogey game for us. But that should have been a goal. That really should have been a goal. There's the pass forward to Ndaye, who can't get his head onto it. Tsai Yuting goes back to clean up the mess. And you see, you won't even notice that we only have 3 guys in the back and that we've been playing offensive basically the whole season. You look at our record and you think that we've got a good balance. And it's in that case, it's really the tactic. Menegong here with the corner. That's headed back out as far as Wang Chunxian over to Ndaye. Look at all the guys we have back. Menegong now with it. And, that was almost a goal. That was an amazing goal hit from a crazy angle. It's trying to show Yan Yiming that he can do the same thing. And, I mean, this isn't too bad, right? I would prefer to continue playing with these players. I am quite pleased with what they do, except, of course, for our striker, who should have scored number 5, right? The only time I've ever been upset that we're only up by 4. Bamba passes this one forward. I mean, I know he's trying to be offensive-minded, but he just gave up possession for nothing, and that means that we have to defend. Our best defense is a good offense, right? They always say the best offense is a good defense. Our best defense is a good offense because that means that the opponents barely get any chances to do anything. We just hold on to the ball all game long, score a bunch of goals, and then we win, and we shut them out. We get clean sheets. That's what we do. We are Mars FC. That's what we're known for in Taiwan, and the world better watch out. I've been watching Pocket Monsters, the old Pokemon TV show with my kids. Not the English version, though, the Japanese version with English subtitles. And so I've got that on my mind, and that's where we're at, man. We are at the very, very beginning of that, going around the small cities and small towns, trying to build up a reputation. But one of these days, the big boys and the big places are going to know who we are, assuming the save doesn't break. And if the save does break, then we'll figure something else out too. Li Chaba was very, very lucky that wasn't a goal, and that was a big defensive breakdown. But we don't want to draw too much attention to that one. We hope that that won't be on any of the sports highlight shows, and we hope that the coaches for the other teams are too dumb to watch their own game footage. That's a penalty, as Ling Guando was fouled, and so who's going to be taking this? Who is that? It's going to be Chen Haowei to take the penalty, and he scores. That's number 2 for him. He should have had a hat trick because he missed the sitter there at the end of the first half. That should be 6-0 instead of 5-0 if Chen Haowei would only score a goal when I tell him to. All right, we're up 5-0, and it still tastes a little bit bitter. We'll see if we can get him a hat trick. It would be pretty nice for him. He hasn't played for a little while. He'd probably feel good about himself if he got a third. There's Menegong intercepting that pass. We have tons of guys. They have tons of guys rather back on defense. But I was going to say we should attack quickly and anyway and just sort of see what happens. I think they were all on the wrong foot. And Daye, and he's pushed down a little bit from behind. I think he fell mostly on his own accord. And Daye wins that back, and it's Yang Yiming who plays that really casually. He's on a yellow card. I'm not going to blame him too much for that. Of course, because say just watch, he'll get sent off right after I say that. No, he didn't, thankfully. And now we have a problem, and oh my gosh, that's Li Chaba who is lucky, and very, very lucky for that one. He didn't even make an attempt to save it. I don't think he saw it. And Daye now with this again, over to Chen Chengju. Chen Chengju up to Yang Yiming, and yeah, Yang Yiming he's just behind everything, and Lin Mingwei's got to be offside, right? They're going to say he scores, and now the flag stays down. And so that will make it 5-1. So much for the clean sheet. So we can always criticize our goalkeeper, but really the problem is, where is Bamba? Bamba is about like a mile behind Lin Mingwei, and everybody else, the other two defenders, are all way in the back. That's what a good counter attack will do for you. You can't be perfect. You can't, protect against everything. But like I said, the good defense is a strong offense, and that's why we're up 5-1. If this were a 1-0 lead for us, then we'd really be in trouble right now. But up 5-0 as we were, yeah, it's okay if you make a mistake. We won't get too upset with you. And I can see they're really attacking their right side, our left, and it's because Yang Yiming is just not with it and is not playing well. That's what they've been doing every single time up. And so that's where the problems lie. Let's see if we can get the ball off of them here. And that was a real chance for them. They have a corner, so their chance continues. And we'll watch just a little bit more here. Take a look at this highlight, and again, you can see that when they go up the right side, there's nobody guarding them, and there's nobody really doing anything on our end, and that's Yang Yiming, who I've got to blame. I can't get too upset with him because I don't have a player who can take his place, right? He's not great, but he's also not horrible. This is the biggest problem. So I don't know what we're going to do for the left wing back. We'll figure something out as we move along. I do know, though, I don't want to go back to fullbacks again. We're going to keep playing with guys a little bit further forward because this is a lot more fun. We don't do things the traditional way. We do it our way. Menegong with the throw over to Ling Guanda. We're winning 5-1. Of course, I'm not going to change anything. Chen Chengju with it over to Yang Yiming. And what kind of pass is that? And why is Chen Haowei all the way over on that side of the pitch? It's ridiculous. And then he centers that one up to nobody. And it's with Yang Yiming again, who promptly gives up possession, almost like, he's playing a little game of hacky sack in the backyard. And anyway, so it is. Let's get this game over with. Get the ball off of Lin Mingwei, or at least foul somebody to stop things. Cai Yuting does try to foul, even though he's on a yellow, and it doesn't work. I do think, as I said before, I think that he is going to be suspended because I think that he's got too many yellow cards now, but I haven't been paying that much attention to it. Nobody cares about that stuff, man. And that's the final whistle. That's the end of the game. 5-1, Mars FC with the victory. We had an XG of about 3. 61% of the possession, which is exactly what we've been used to. And I think, did a very good job here overall. Just a quick look at the bottom, and yeah, a very high average rating, good number of high-intensity sprints, and Taipei Skywalkers had a lot of problems in that match. Well, I sure hope you enjoyed this, and I certainly did, and we'll go away happy with this victory. Let's keep it flowing, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.